Welcome to From Loneliness to Overflow with Matina. I'm your host, a holistic healing coach, divorce recovery coach, and a passionate advocate for personal growth and your guide on the journey to healing. This podcast is for those who are struggling with the feelings of loneliness, disconnection, feeling stuck, and who are ready to discover their inner potential and live a life overflowing with love and connection. Inside, we're going to explore the path from pain to transformation, bridging the gap between loneliness and abundance through heartfelt conversations, spirituality, energy work, and self-awareness. So let's get started on this soulful journey together. Welcome to another episode from Loneliness to Overflow with Matina. Today, I want to share with you my experience of an amazing spiritual retreat that I had with my mentor, my friend, my guide, Emily, the angel coach. This retreat was really, truly focused on the miracle codes. And the miracle codes, even though we all 18 of us, beautiful souls, didn't comprehend completely what was going to be transpiring, we all knew of the magic of Emily and of the magic of the guides that have chosen us to be in that room for the retreat. I believe when we have the right community around us, we grow faster. We grow in ways that we can't quickly grow by ourselves. This is also speaks to the fact where in the past, like literally centuries ago, tribes was a real thing where women would come together, they would talk about their emotions, they would move their emotions out of them through breath, through dance, through all of that magic that we behold as a woman. So at this retreat, I had 5 amazing insights and lessons that I want to share with you today in the hopes that it will inspire you and it will evoke something inside of you that will help you to find your tribe if you're not in one yet, to help you to be like, oh my God, I felt that, or I knew that, and know that you are meant to be in rooms and spaces and places that will bring you the insights, the knowledge that your soul is seeking. For me, I've been blessed beyond words multiple times in many different ways. And I truly can call Emily my friend, for someone who supports me beyond logic, for someone who sees me beyond logic, for someone who supports the humanity of us as women collectively together in that room for the 4 full days that we were choosing to let go of our own limitations. So I wrote down my 5 lessons, if you will, of the retreat. And the very first one I want to talk about is that when we go back to the tribe and support one another, we all heal. The true loving energy we feel when we are held, when we are finally can drop our burdens that we carried every single day, that is when we are, okay, this feels good. This is great. This is the next level of evolution where my soul is like, wow, I'm being seen by my beautiful sisters. I'm being held by these amazing souls who not only know that you are loved, but they really, truly are ready to collectively grow into that next level of ourselves. So as I stood in the tribe, and we did many different things, but this beautiful circle of healing that we created with each other and for one another is the one thing that will always stand with me and be with me, because it allows me to see and recognize that not only am I connected to these beautiful, amazing souls, they're also connected to me. I add value to them as much as they are adding value to me. I show up in that light. I show up in that spirit of care And when I care, when someone else cares for me, that love frequency will speak volumes. It will go beyond the room that we are coming together in. And it will touch upon all the beautiful people that I have in my life, that I get to touch through my presence as they touch me with theirs. So finding your tribe is the biggest gift you can give yourself today. The second lesson that I got is what real non-attachments allows me to hear, because it will allow me to hear the old thoughts and I can change them through choosing better thoughts, by choosing different frequencies, by choosing and letting go and not judging that thought. Actually, really just asking questions, being curious about the thought. What my thought was telling me is really a part of me that felt unloved. So for me to ask better questions and empowered questions, it allows me to transmute the part of me that felt unloved and give it love. So what are your thoughts telling you when someone doesn't follow through with what they said? Do you tell yourself that you did something wrong? Do you get upset or feel a certain way? What is that emotion? Identify that emotion. Or do you hear your thoughts and you offer it love and you can really be like, you know what? Nothing wrong. Maybe something else came up and that's okay. If I was meant to have that experience with them, I was going to have that experience with them. There was nothing that's going to come in between that, but I wasn't meant to have that experience with them. I was meant to hear how my brain works and the thought that comes up and how I can transmute that thought and offer myself more love. So where can you create real non-attachment and offer yourself love in parts of you that don't fully, completely feel love? The third lesson I have from this retreat is that we all have anchors which bring up a negative experience. And we create these anchors which actually bring us back to that negative experience. But as much as we have anchors in negative experience, we also have anchors in positive experience. So the one thing that Emily did is she created these amazing various of anchors. Music was one anchor that can bring us back right in that experience again. We had a little sand pieces which we would put in this little jar, and as soon as I hold it, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. This is my anchor. We created a little pin that has the word, for me was opulence, and everyone else created their own word, and they felt and lived in that frequency, and they could feel how expansive they were in that moment of their life. I felt how expansive I was in that moment of my life. So as much as we have anchors in negative experiences that can bring us back and bring back that pain and the hurt, we also can create consciously anchors that are positive for ourselves, that can bring us into that next level of yumminess. Oh my God, I remember that. I know I created subconsciously, though, anchors when my children were born. And that was a very important time. I also remember the very first time I went to India and I took a deep breath in. I'm like, I will always remember this smell. This smell is going to trigger something in me that will remind me of this very first moment where I visited India. That is an anchor for me. I never used to create these positive anchors, but creating positive anchors for yourself that will bring you back in that happy moment can also be the key of unlocking the next door. So how can you create that anchor for you? Unlock that next door for yourself. Unlock the presence that you are, the care that you have, the love that you have, the ability of growth that you have, that you embody. How is that going to be? What do you even want to create positive anchors around? What do you want to create positive anchors around? How do you want to build up from that? How do you want to live life with, oh my God, I'm going to bring myself back into that moment and feel it, experience it, and feel it and experience it in ways that I know my soul deserves. I know it. I just know it. So that was my lesson number 3. So lesson number 4 is authenticity isn't about finding your tribe. It actually is about you feeling safe enough to be fully you and to know that you are contributing towards that group as much as you're receiving from them. So as much as you're giving, you're also receiving from this group. And it's not about you looking and seeking this tribe because you must have a tribe to heal. No, it is literally opening yourself up as a flower and saying to the universe, bring me to my right tribe. Who are my people that I'm meant to be with right now? Who are they that I get to be myself with? That I know that I am contributing towards them as much as they are contributing towards me. That I can receive from their energy so lovingly because I am giving my energy so lovingly as well. Authenticity is loving yourself in parts of you that you were not taught to love yourself. But you're taking responsibility today to love yourself. Today is the day where you get to choose, where you get to be, where you get to create, where you get to welcome something that is beyond logic, something that is beyond that ability to do, because you know the true ability is to be you, welcome you, to live life from you. And my last lesson, but certainly not the least, and actually this is the most important lesson in many ways, is having the ability to be strong does not mean that I must carry it all. I'm going to say this again. You having the ability to be strong doesn't mean that you must carry it all the time, alone, by yourself. Through crying, I released a lot of that. Through conversation, I can release it with people that I trust and love. Through prayer, I can release it by welcoming and telling God, source, universe, whatever you believe in, to help you, to allow you to let go. Freeing my energy from the past will bring me peace and allow new experiences to be welcomed. On the last day of this retreat, we were standing in a circle of gratitude with one another, and I had tears rolling down my eyes. I was so grateful. And I couldn't stand in that circle anymore because there was so much in me that wanted to come out. So I excused myself. I stepped out of the circle. I went to the side and I cried. One part of me was like, why am I crying so much? But the other part of me was like, you know why you're crying. You know why you're crying. You're crying because you know that the reality that you once knew is not the same anymore. You have let go, you have up-leveled, you have created. And as I knew that my reality was not the same anymore, I also knew I am going to create exactly what I need to create. That I am the person who gets to choose to be strong and gets to choose to be vulnerable and gets to choose to be authentic and gets to choose to show up in places where she is really, truly seen and held. And when I believe that it's not the case, I can let go. But this last lesson was very, very profound for me because all my life I had taught myself to be strong, to be the stronger one, to be the one who could carry it all, to be the one who shows up for everyone else. But in reality, there's also a softer side of me that wants to come out and play. And I haven't really truly allowed her much time to play. There's a silly side of me that wants to be silly, and I don't always allow her to come out and play. It is about me creating the space and place for myself as much as I'm creating that for others. I am blessed to have attended this retreat, to remember a part of me that wants to be soft, that wants to be funny, that wants to laugh till her belly hurts, that wants to have a conversation that goes deeper than the surface. And only those who are ready for that tribe energy, that amazing tribe energy, I get to welcome them. I get to love them. I get to create with them. I get to, just as much as you get to. The reason why I'm sharing all my 5 lessons of this retreat today is in the hopes that you will find one of these lessons, if not some of them, valuable for yourself. A part of you that's reminded. Because the gift that my guide, my friend Emily gave me is the gift that I, in my own way, will give to others, and others will give in their own way to others. And we create this amazing chain of change, this chain of love, this chain of authenticity, this chain of vulnerability, where we are welcomed as we are, where we are choosing to let go of things that don't serve us, where we're choosing to show up in ways where we know we receive in blessings. You are the blessing for someone else. Feel how that feels for you. Do you accept that or don't you? If you accept it, beautiful. If you don't, ask yourself the question, where do I need to love myself even more to receive that I am the blessing for someone else? And I'm not only talking about your children or your partner or your parents or your family or your friends. Beyond that, you are an answered prayer for someone else. You show up in ways that they need you to show up. I show up in a way that I need to show up. The past is gone. The future is unknown. What you truly have in front of you is this present moment right here, right now. And how you choose to work with that is going to be the gift that you can give yourself in that. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you for feeling and hearing not only the words, but actually feeling them. And let me know which of these 5 lessons stood out for you. What did you get from this conversation today so that you can love parts of yourself even more? Where can you own and honor that you are an answered prayer for someone else? And I go deeper in that conversation another time, but right now, really truly assess with you how these words are landing for you. Do you accept it? The part of you that's like, yeah, no, not really. What's coming up for you? There's something coming up for you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Thank you for listening. I hope this episode has helped you to feel less alone in finding tools towards a life which is overflowing with love and purpose. If you enjoyed the episode, please take a second to rate and review. Each review helps us to reach more individuals who are seeking healing and personal growth just like you. And don't forget to take a screenshot and share your aha moments on your Instagram stories and tag me, Matina. See you next week. Take care.